Alright, the next dish that we're going to do is going to be a pasta dish. It is fettuccine seafood. And you can use any pasta with it, but I like to use fettuccine with this. This is on our menu. It's a made-up name, but it's a traditional dish from Italy. And we're going to be working with, which is important, I'm going to teach you important things about shrimp and scallops, how not to overcook them, and about the different type of garlic we use in this dish, just because this we prefer it. For example, in the last dish we used minced garlic in the port wine reduction, but in this dish we use sliced. So you don't see the minced garlic, because some people don't want to see it. In this dish, I want people to see it, so I'm using sliced. You could use minced. It's just weird how we developed our menu, me and my brother. We made a system, we kept it in place with our guys. This is what dish calls for what, and whatever. But at home, once again, you could change it. But we're going to use that, and I'm going to show you the difference, so you can see the garlic. And I actually eat garlic. My wife has acid reflux, so she would push the garlic to the side in the dish, or if I made it for her, I would use whole cloves of garlic, put it in, crush it, let it brown, take it out, and then because she has acid reflux, it wouldn't affect her. But garlic is very healthy for you. Extra virgin olive oil, garlic, two main things in Italy that they use a lot of, and it's really good for you. So we're going to start out this fettuccine seafood. Our ingredients are going to be extra virgin olive oil, garlic, shrimp, scallops, and our homemade marinara sauce, and a touch of cream at the end. So we're going to start out with, once again, 2 tables of extra virgin olive oil, a little more, a little less. And what you guys are starting to see now is I keep everything very similar, and we're just changing an ingredient or two here, so every recipe is almost the same. So you can make every recipe when you make one with not much change, because I keep it that way. I don't make it complicated because I want you guys to make them. I want you guys to cook, because it's healthier cooking and eating at home than getting takeout every night. So and you're going to save money too. So I mean, you need time. Yes, you need time, but you know what? I'll show you how to make the time, how to save time and stuff like that as we go along, and how to cut corners, and then what I'm going to show you is actually when you do make it, how amazing they come out. Because when I started doing my cooking classes in 2007, if the people went home and came back and said, you know what, I couldn't replicate your dish, or it wasn't good, I was going to stop the classes, because I have certain pride in what I do. Is I wanted people to go home and come back and say, you know what, I made your dish, it's amazing, and I keep making it. And so 2007, I did my first 4 classes. That was a test run. People were coming in the restaurant and telling my mom how amazing the class was, and that they were making dishes at home and replicating. And of course, my old school Italian mother got all nervous, and I told him, say, Mom, this is America, don't worry. They have fun doing the classes, but they're still going to come to the restaurant. So she calmed down a little bit after that. But so let's start this dish. The oil's nice and hot. We're going to throw in our garlic. Okay, and this is going to cook fast. Now your scallops, I don't like scallops. You can omit them from here. I love everything in fishes, every type of fish. I'm not too crazy about scallops, so I'm going to put them in first because they take longer to cook than the shrimp. Now the technique in this class is how to cook the scallops and then how to cook your shrimp. They're going to take longer, so we're going to cook them a little bit, and then we're going to add our shrimp. And then we're going to time it with the garlic being brown, as you can see. Shrimp cook very fast, so I want to get these cooked up a little bit. You can lower your heat if you're scared of the oils, because the scallops do have water and shrimp have water. Water getting in the oil is going to pop, so you might get burned a little bit, but not. Just be careful. Lower your heat. Now your garlic is brown in a minute here. At home, it's definitely going to take 2 or 3 minutes. So we're going to let that sit. Your scallops are cooked a little. Look how nice that garlic is, nice and brown. We're going to add your shrimps on top of it. And this is one reason I don't cook at home, because I like to make a mess. So my wife doesn't like that, basically. So, but she's a real good cook, so I like her to cook, because she doesn't make restaurant dishes, and she keeps it a lot simpler. So now you see everything's coated. It's ready. We're going to take our white wine. Now we put everything in vodka bottles here. This is Carlo Rossi Chablis. Get a good Pinot Grigio to cook with. Don't buy the bottle that's cooking white wine, which is terrible. The main thing in my classes is ingredients. Buy the best ingredients out there, and your dishes will come out great. You don't have to overspend. Carlo Rossi Chablis is not expensive, but it works excellent because there's a little sweetness to it. Better is a Pinot Grigio, because when you cook, you could drink. You always want to have a glass of wine or a beer or something when you drink. It makes it a lot more fun. So here you go. It's ready. So now we're going to go around one time with the white wine. 1/4 cup. just to deglaze, a little more, a little less. Don't worry about the ingredients. I want to make sure, I don't want to emphasize amounts. This is not baking. We go always play with them. If you put too much wine, then the next time you put a little less. Parsley and a pinch of salt. Now, once again, I'm only putting a pinch. At home, you gotta play with the salt. So my marinara has salt and everything. So in my classes, I always add a little less salt than you might at home. Put a little bit, taste it at the end with your marinara or the store-bought Rayo's or my marinara. If you need a little more salt, you can always add it. You can't take it away. All right? So we're gonna let this saute up. I raise the heat back up again. The only last two things I gotta add is, now you can see my shrimp cook really fast. I'm gonna add my marinara and my heavy cream. Now here's the last trick. So we're gonna add 6 ounces of marinara, 1 full ladle and a touch more. Now it's really thick. So you're gonna add your, once again, organic vegetable stock or chicken stock. I'm gonna add a touch of chicken stock just to thin it out. See that? Because once I put it back on there, it's gonna thicken up again. Then when it thickens up again, if you want to thin it, you add a little bit more of that. So we're gonna put it over here. And I'm gonna eyeball the heavy cream. Restaurants that make Alfredo use half and half. We use heavy cream. Heavy cream is a lot more expensive, and it's excellent. I would use half and half. You can get away with heavy cream. You can get away with half and half, but it won't come out as good. You only need a touch. You can even omit the heavy cream and just leave it red. But we're gonna put in a little bit. Say 1/4 cup. Now the trick to heavy cream is, here's another technique, is this is the color you got. If you want it whiter, you add more heavy cream. If you want it redder, add a little less heavy cream. This is the color I like. I just did it by eye and I do it so often. It's a perfect color that I want for this dish. Now as it cooks, it's gonna redden up. So as it gets redder, if I want it lighter, I'm just gonna finish it off with a touch of cream at the end and you're good to go. This dish is ready. Perfect timing because I do so often. Your scallops are cooked, they're white. And if you want, don't leave them too big. Cut the scallops smaller so they cook faster on you. I don't like big scallops. I usually like to use the little baby scallops. The big scallops actually have more flavor. The baby scallops aren't as flavorful. So now when this thickens up, just like your chicken marsala, like your pork wine reduction, you're done. Shrimp are ready, scallops are ready, dish is ready. Take my pasta. To save time, I par cooked it. Get your fettuccine in the water. Actually, we'll dump it in and I'll take it out. It was already par cooked. I'm going to show you how we tossed this and how we played it real quick. So what you're going to do is, the trick to this is you never want to leave your pasta white and dump the sauce on top. What you want to do is you want to have a separate saute pan or the same saute pan. And I sped up the process. You don't have to have that saute pan. I did it just to make it faster. That's ready. Came out beautiful. Now we have all the pasta together. What we did is we poured a little bit of sauce on top. You want to get that pasta nice and coated. Penne vodka, every pasta dish we do here, we dump in a separate saute pan with some of the sauce on top. We coat it and turn it on. I'm going to reduce it down a little bit. See the water from the pasta? So it thinned it out. It's okay. You can always use the water from the pasta too to thin it out. And then right on top. And that is your fettuccine seafood. And you can make a million variations from this dish. You can add other types of fish, calamari, mussels, whatever you want to add, or take out, either way. So recapping, the most important thing about these dishes, the tips that we're going to take away from this is the main thing is the shrimp and the scallops, the cooking times. If you buy the little baby scallops, about that size, they cook faster. If you buy the big ones, you're going to have to cut them in half or quarter them. Put your scallops first and then put your shrimp later. And then the timing on everything. How I go back on the video and look at the garlic when it's brown, adding your white wine, marinara, and cream, and then you're all set. Your pasta, just cook regular pasta. We use fettuccine. You can use any type of pasta. Fettuccine holds the sauce really nice in this dish. Linguine or spaghetti. And that's about it on this one.
vivere alla moda, ma se bevi whisky e soda, poi ti senti disturbato, tu abballo.